Hi, welcome to Stupid Politics. My name is Melissa Lineberry and I'm the host of the show. And I'm going to let my guest introduce himself and then tell you a little bit about what we're going to talk about.
I'm Jerry Titus from IndianaHonestMoney.com, webmaster and de facto campaign manager. I'm trying to get a grassroots campaign for our bill, our proposed legislation, so we can try to get it imposed or get it to pass through legislature.
Okay. We had Jerry on our last show, and this is kind of a to be continued because I felt we had to rush him so much at the end. He was so gracious to stay a little longer and do another show because this is important stuff, especially in this day and age, and like you were saying about 401ks and people losing their entire life savings. And I know like incomes like Social Security, if you're on a fixed income, your money is not paying the bills anymore. As the bills go up, your money's not. So things like this are important if people want to start, especially younger crowds, if they want to save for college, for their kids' future. This would be a great thing to start getting into, even on the side, if they can't get in a full boat.
As an example, I used on the website one of my facts I have on there. If you had taken in 1931 when we started going away from the gold standard, if you had taken one of these, a Godin Double Eagle 1 ounce net gold, just under an ounce gold, and put it in a drawer along, at the time it was valued at $20, and it says on there $20. If you put that in a drawer in 1931 along with a $20 Federal Reserve note, and then came out and open that drawer today, that Federal Reserve note is still worth $20, but this is worth over $1,000.
Oh my God.
that illustrates two things. One, as we talked about earlier, the debasement of the currency, plus the ability of gold and silver to hold its value over time, and why it actually makes it valuable as a currency. Now, what I've talked about earlier, we want to get back to where we can use this as a tender among individuals or businesses. Around the world, people have that ability. As a matter of fact, there's a fellow that is on the net and posts on nolanchart.com he calls himself Jake, the Champion of the Constitution. He actually lives in Shanghai, China. He works for a trader of some sort, and he wrote an article and mentioned in it, in China, in the People's Republic of China, Communist China, a citizen can go up to a bank and trade his yuan, which is what their currency is called, for gold or silver. They can readily exchange and use gold and silver in China, and do.
And that's what
where we can't.
And it was supposed to be that way. I was supposed to be able to take my money, and it was supposed to be easier to carry, but I should be able to go to the bank and get my gold what it's worth. Now, you couldn't go do that at National City or any other bank that is here in Fort Wayne.
Correct. You go in there, and like I said, by legal tender laws, this is $20, and that is what a bank will give you. The face legal tender value of this, no matter what the bullion is, quantity of it. That's one of the reasons that we wanted to integrate the gold money digital aspect of it, and as well as if we do get this to implement, it might be a little difficult for vendors because of the legal tender laws. We can't say that this has a value of anything but what is printed on it. So, for example, I'm a car dealer and I want to sell a car to someone that wants to use gold or silver. I'm going to label the price $10,000 Federal Reserve notes, and since one of these is worth about $1,000 right now, I would say, okay, I want $200 gold.
Okay.
And then I would want $1,000 in silver, depending on what it is, or in gold grams. It's not going to be easy, and really, all intents and purposes, we could very well fight for this for years and not win it, and we realize that. We think that it will come to a point where the world's going to have to decide on it. And there is rumor that International Monetary Foundation wants to go back to some gold standard of a sort. But our feeling is that this is a great opportunity. Actually, I had some theories I was working on over the summer about how to get folks into our movement and to become attuned to how bad our government has come about violating the Constitution. The Ron Paul movement encompasses a lot. Now, it's a lot for people to get their hands around, understand, and feel comfortable.
Yeah, some of it seems scary. It's scary to
to feel comfortable trying to sell to someone. And as well as when I was campaigning for Dr. Paul and for Andy Horning, people would say, I understand you, I agree with you, but tell me specifically, what are you going to do to get us back to constitutional, lawful government? So I was looking for something that was a single issue, because we know how polarized voters can become on single issues.
Absolutely.
People will go to the mat for whatever special issue they like, and they can understand it and they'll fight for it. So I was looking for a single issue that I could attract people, that was something that I could train people how to sell, how to present, and the constitutionality of it.
And everybody loves money.
And then the federal government started bailing everybody out and brought the Federal Reserve to the top of public consciousness. It's in the news every day.
But they're saying we have to do this. We have to bail these people out. Do you not listen to CNN? If we don't do this, the people like us that say we don't want the bailouts, we don't like middle America. We don't like the poor. We don't like the working class.
My comment is that their bailouts aren't working. It's not working.
I think the biggest thing is people don't realize when you bail someone out, you have to take it from another spot.
Exactly. The stimulus last week, as soon as it was passed, the stock market tanked.
Yes, I saw that.
My contention with what we're doing with our money and borrowing money and borrowing money and borrowing money is that, and it's true, Thomas Jefferson first pointed out, it is immoral to put a debt burden on the unborn.
Because before this, almost every generation, if they had a debt, they tried to pay it off.
Well, and that was one of the reasons that we were on a gold and silver standard, because when you are on a gold or silver standard, the government can't make any more money than what they have.
Okay.
So they couldn't do deficit spending. Deficit spending did not exist until the Federal Reserve gave them the ability.
They could only spend what